Okay, I don't use Discord, Sniper Echo, no. And the reason was because a lot of people seem to think that the Twitch app will replace Discord for a lot of streamers eventually because it's made by Twitch now. And Twitch are going to do everything they can to encourage you guys to use the stuff that they make. So no Discord. And I only created the server on the Twitch app to make it easier for you guys to show me your work, so you don't have to upload it to Imager and then post a link. You can just post the image directly in Phil Does 3D server chat and do it that way. That was the only reason I created it. And don't feel that you have to download the Twitch app and install it to join my server, because you don't. I'm always going to be in the Twitch chat as well, so it's just an optional extra thing for you if you do use the Twitch app and you do want to show me an image or something like that. It makes your life easier, basically. That's the only reason I've got it now. That and the fact that I'm using it for chat now. I'm not using Chatty anymore. I'm using the Twitch app to actually see my chat. It's a good app. Look, I'm not going to knock it. I never use Discord, so I can't compare it to Discord. But from what I gather, it's pretty similar to Discord, and I like it. It does everything you could need. You've got integration for your games. You've got the chat integration, direct integration with actual Twitch. So yeah, no, it's pretty cool. If you guys wanted to use it, no problem. But again, like I said, if you do want to join, let me know and I will send an invitation to join my server. But don't feel you need to by any means. And it looks like Whoopi just followed the channel. Thank you very much, Whoopi. I do appreciate that. I don't know if my follower alert went off or not. I wasn't actually watching MOBS, so I'll look at the stream later on to see if it actually went off or not for you. But I just noticed it in my Streamlabs here, so thanks, Whoopi, for the follow. And yeah, again, guys, with the Twitch app, it's just there if you want to use it. Oh, it did? Oh, good. Good. Thanks for popping in and telling me, Whoopi. Whoopi. Okay, I'll shoot you an invite. Yeah, again, thanks, Whoopi, for the follow. Just let me, again, this is the first, I've not used this Twitch app myself before, so I'm going to grab a link. I'm going to say I'll make the link never expire. Oh, it's hiding the content from me because I'm streaming, and that's something that's built into the app, so that if I had it on my main screen and I wanted to keep things private, they could be. But what that is meaning is it's not showing me the link. So what I'm going to do is go into my streamer mode. I'm just going to turn that off. Now let's see. Okay, there we go. I'm going to post a link in chat. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi, okay. Cool. That's a link here, guys. If you click that link, you should be able to join the Phil Does 3D server if I've read everything correctly in the app here. Again, I'm new to the Twitch app, so let me know if that doesn't work for you, but hopefully it will. If you click that's an invite link to join my Phil Does 3D server in the Twitch app. And that's just Nightbot spamming you my links. Anyway, so Whoopi, nice to meet you, and thanks for popping in and following the channel, actually. I do a variety of work on as a 3D artist. The last project we were working on stream was a Baroque garden terrace using Eon View and Mari for the texturing. And no doubt we'll go back to doing some work on that after we do our Unreal level here. And I also want to go through doing some photogrammetry stuff, because I know Sniper Echo and a few other guys are interested in photogrammetry, so it's a good skill to know because it's being used a lot in games now as well. and you can create some really nice looking models with it, really realistic stuff. It is a skill that needs to be mastered. It's not simply take pictures, hit a button and it's done for you. It does require a lot of cleanup work. It's like motion capture. If you guys are familiar with that, if you do motion capture, you can get some really realistic animation with motion capture, but there's a lot of cleanup work as well. You can never use it straight from the mocap, so photogrammetry is the same. It'll get you the 3/4 of the way to the model, but then you're going to have to do cleanup in another program and clean up your textures as well. But it's certainly really useful because, as I said, a lot of game studios are using it now. That new Star Wars game that was shown at the last, I think, E3, it uses all photogrammetry for its environment, so, which is why everybody loves the look of it. And it does, it looks great. So we'll go through that. And again, that's, let's just jump out of this quickly. Let's go to my website here. There's a couple of images I think I have on my website that use photogrammetry. I changed the website up a little bit too. I wanted to make the header a bit more colourful. You'll notice that on Twitch, on my Twitch page now too. And actually this is the garden terrace we created on stream in the last project that I'm using for the header. Cool. Okay, now this is actually photogrammetry, this Gothic folly. It's hard to see though because of all the environment around it. I wonder if I got a better example. Actually, I think on my cornucopia page, if I go there, it's a better example of, because I have an angel there as well that's done using photogrammetry. Actually, the angels here were done using photogrammetry as well, so. But you can't get a good look at them in my header, so let me go to cornucopia really quick. This one. This was done using photogrammetry, apart the angel only. The rest of it was done by hand. So she's photogrammetry. None of the rest of the environment is, but just the statue. So you can get some really realistic looking models from it using photogrammetry. So yeah, like I said, it's a good skill to have. I may actually bring her into this level. Once we get a bit more of the interior done inside the building, I may bring her in as a couple of features either side of the entry, inside the building before we get to the main stairwell. We'll see how we go. I'll have to knock her back a bit though, she'd be a bit too high poly the way she is at the moment. Alright, so let's have a look here. Again, I've really got to knock back on the fog in this level. What can we bring in now? I know, let's, I'm pretty sure I have a piece of wood that goes through here, so let's bring that in. And what all that is a duplicating of this one. So I'm going to duplicate it again. We'll move it out, we'll rotate it around 90 degrees. Okay, I was wondering how I did that. I think that's I just didn't like the way it ended like this, so I think what I actually did was scale it up a bit, more like I'm doing here, where it's actually being intersected into partway into the column, like that. I'm going to do the same thing here, I think. I've just got to make sure I have enough play. Yeah, I should be okay. I'm going to select this one and this one. I'm going to scale it up. Move it over a bit. Again, I'm just going to jump outside the building to make sure it's not sticking through my building. And now it looks okay. I'm just going to deselect it. Again, I did that because I didn't like the end pieces on this asset. Now, I could have taken it back into max and changed it that way. But there's no need. I can just stick it into the wall and people are never going to see it or know. So, and what I mean by that is I didn't like the way that these wooden pieces, decorative pieces, just ended like that. And I think the reason I did that was because when I made the original, I did the same sort of thing. I just stuck them into the wall to hide them. Just going to scale this one up a little bit more as well. Again, make sure it's not sticking through the wall. And again, that's one of the advantages of why when we created our building, we made that thick inner wall, because we had our outside red brick wall, we had our inside floors, and then we made this thick sort of outer brick wall, which is this what you can see just here. And that's so that we can use little tricks like this where we stick part of the asset through the actual wall. It gives us a bit of play before we actually hit our brick wall outside. Let's duplicate this one. And we're going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to move it into position where it's partially into the wall. Now we have this line happening here. Don't really think it's going to be noticeable though once we get the rest of the assets in. If we find it is too noticeable, that little line there, then we may have to bring in a separate piece for here. I just don't remember if we did or not. I don't think we did. Actually, we do have this longer section. I wonder if I use this there. Let me just pull this in. Which is the same thing, but just a longer version of it. And this may have been the one I actually used, I think. Yeah, I think it was. Again, because I didn't want that line to appear like that, so I'm pretty sure I made this longer piece here to take care of that. It's the same asset, just a little bit different, a slightly different design. Let's do a scale this way and a scale this way. And you see what I mean by the parallax mapping when I get too close to the ceiling? That really weird look that we're getting. That's why you've got to be really careful with parallax map. It's okay when you're down here, but you don't ever want to get too close to it because it's going to start distorting. The hangover guy. Hey, how's things? Good to have you in chat. Just going to scale that back a little bit. Remember, if there's anything you're not sure about, please feel free to pop into chat and ask me. I'm going to scale this ceiling panel in as well. It's too wide. So. The hangover guy says it's not too bad, which is good to hear. And you started your first interior scene the other day. Looking forward to doing more. Are you doing using Unreal to do your interior, hangover guy? And it's good to hear that you guys are using Unreal because it's a great program, a really, really great program, and it's completely free. You can't get better than free, guys. You know, use it, download it, play with it. You don't have to be really, you know, great at 3D. You just play with it because it's fun. Actually, do remember too, there's that Epic Games and Nvidia have just announced a I don't know, well, they're not calling it a competition, but a program, I guess you'd call it, where you can get a free GTX 1080 or 1080 Ti if you're chosen from every month. I think they're choosing 3 projects a month of people's work that are doing interesting things with Unreal. It doesn't have to be a game. To my knowledge, it can be anything. The Hangover guy says, yeah, UE4 finished the blocking out and starting to replace with Starix. Cool. Yeah, no, the Unreal Engine's amazing, really amazing. And yeah, so this it's not a competition. I don't want to call it a competition. It's like their Unreal Dev Grant thing, but it's being done in conjunction with NVIDIA now, where they're giving away a GTX 1080 or 1080 Ti to a project. They're doing 3 a month, actually, giving away 3 a month. Hang on, why were you timed out, the Hangover? Did you try and that's okay. I always ask you guys, were you trying to post a link or something? Because unless you're on my regulars list or a subscriber, you can't post links. That's the other reason, guys. I got the Twitch app. You tried to link, okay. I can add you as a regular tonight, but I've got to stop doing that though for people, because now that subs are a thing, subscribers are a thing, that's one of the benefits of being a sub, is that you get the ability to post in chat, links in chat. The guys that I've made regulars previously, that's not going to change, guys. You don't have to subscribe to post a link. I'm going to leave you as regulars. Are you sure? Look, I'll add you as a regular so you can post a link, or you can join the okay, or you can join the server at PhilDoes3D. I think I still give the guys the ability to post links, I think, there. But yeah, no, just with the new subscription thing, I don't want to alienate subscribers, because that's one of the benefits that they have, is they can post links in my chat. No, I don't use Discord. I made the choice to use the Twitch app instead of Discord, which is, I think, cursed. I think they used to call it. I know most of you guys use Discord. I know. But yeah, this one's made by Twitch, so Twitch are going to encourage people to use their app. Put it that way. Eventually. I know more people at the moment are on Discord. Yeah, I know. I like the Twitch app though, because it integrated with my chat and all that sort of stuff. But again, all of the guys that have been my regulars prior to the sub button being a thing, are going to stay regulars. So don't feel that you need to subscribe to post a link, because you can still post a link. It's only now that the subscription thing has come in that I have to stop allowing people that aren't subs or aren't my previous regulars from posting links. But you can still go on my Discord, go on my Twitch app server and post a link there. So don't feel like you need to subscribe now to be able to post links, because the whole reason I'm on Twitch is to encourage you guys to do 3D, to look at the work you're doing in 3D, to give you any help I can with regards to 3D. So I don't want to alienate you people from showing me your work. Okay. I'd love to see it though, Hangover guy. Again, just let me look at my settings here. Just going to check the roles that I've assigned to everyone. Okay. All right, now if you join my PhilDoes3D channel on the Twitch app and you're just a normal person, you can't post a link. If you're a follower, you can post a link. So this is all new to me too, because the Twitch app is a new thing I've been using. So just to clear up the confusion, if you were a regular prior to this weekend when the subscription went live, you can still post links like normal. If you are not a regular and not a subscriber, you can't post links in my Twitch chat. But if you are a follower of my channel and you do join my server on the Twitch app, you can post links. You don't have to be a subscriber. Okay? But you must be a follower. So yeah, if you want to post a link, join my server, make sure you're followed to my channel, and then you can go for your life. You don't have to be a subscriber. You've only got to be a subscriber to post links in Twitch chat if you weren't a regular prior to this weekend. And like I said, I don't want to stop you guys from posting links, because it's the whole reason I'm on Twitch. It's to encourage you to do 3D and to look at your work. Yeah, it is the Twitch desktop app. That's exactly right. Again, for anyone not sure, because it's a relatively new thing to Twitch, if we go to Google and we type Twitch desktop app, should be the first link right up the top here. If I'm correct. Yeah, you can either launch it in your browser or you can download it. I would suggest, if you do want to use it, you download it, because it'll perform better for you. And I believe that they've made it for Windows, all versions of Windows, Mac. Not sure about Linux. But if you can't download a version for your operating system, then you can certainly launch it in the browser. And it's a good app. It is good. I'm not going to knock it. It's good. I haven't used Discord, so I can't compare it to Discord, but this is good. Oh, you've got to download it anyway because you watch a lot in Twitch? Okay, well then join the server and then you can post your link. And I can show people on stream that way if you like. So again, if you look through the chat, there should be a message there where I posted that invite link. I see Sniper Echo has joined, which is great to see, Sniper Echo. Thank you very much. If you click that link, you can join the server, and then you can post a link in the general chat, and I will show it on stream if you like. But you have to be oh, you're good, you're a follower. Thank you, Hangover Guy, for following the channel as well. Now that you're a follower, you can jump into my server on PhilDoes3D, post your link in there, and we can check it out that way. Okay, well, I'll post a link for the invite again. Just give me 2 seconds. All right. There is the link for the PhilDoes3D server on the Twitch app. Click that, and then you can post your link in the general chat on my server, and I will copy the link and show it on stream, if you want me to show it on stream, that is. A lot of people don't feel comfortable showing their work on stream, and because do remember, guys, all of my videos get uploaded to YouTube afterwards as well, so if you don't feel comfortable having the world seeing your work, let me know. But again, if you do want to show me your work and you're not one of my previous regulars, or you're not a subscriber, you must do it through my PhilDoes3D server on the Twitch app. Otherwise, Nightbot will ban you in Twitch chat. Okay. And I feel a bit bad doing it because, like I said, my whole point of being on Twitch is to look at your work and give you guys encouragement. This is the best way I could think of getting around that. By you, oh, good. The Hangover Guy has followed, which is good to see, on the PhilDoes3D server. Post a link in that if you want me to check it out, and I will copy it. You don't mind if I show your work? Cool. Post a link in the general chat server there on the in the Twitch app, and I'll look at it on stream here. We'll check it out for all to see. Got to jump between them here to see when you post your link. Either post a link, or it's probably better if you post a link if you want me to show everybody else, as opposed to just uploading it an image directly into the chat. Up to you. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. I think I may actually rotate this piece 180 degrees. Simply because I prefer the design on the opposite side, and that's what we're going to see as our camera comes in through the main doorway. You think you linked it? You can't tell? Thank you. Let me have a look. I can see 2 messages. Oh yes, you did post a link. Hang on. Let's check out the Hangover Guys. This is an interior, I believe you're doing, Hangover Guy. Let me just jump back into my Twitch chat and have a look. So this is some work done by the Hangover Guy. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. UE4 interior environment, Genius Party apartment. So this is a video you've got here, yeah? Yep, okay. Okay, now see, this is really good, guys. I know a lot of you guys ask me what you should put in your portfolio. Just again, for any background, just some background for people that don't know who I am, and maybe have just stumbled upon my channel here on Twitch. It's in the general chat, cool. I'm a 3D artist. I used to work in games development years ago, so I've worked on AAA games in the past. I've done work for Warner Brothers, Fox Studios and cinema as well. Currently I'm an arch-viz artist though, but I've worked in 3D for more than 10 years, like I said, in games development, in cinema, studio, film work, and in arch-viz work. So that's who I am, my background. And I get a lot of questions from people asking me about their portfolio, what they should include, what they shouldn't include, how many images they should include, all that sort of stuff. And I've gone through that in previous streams with my regulars as well. What I really like that the Hangover Guy has done here is this little blurb here, what I get out of the project, or what I want out of the project. To gain experience using Unreal Engine 4, to create modular assets working efficiently, gain experience. All of this is really good. An employer will love to see all this sort of thing. By all means, you don't have to do this, but it's a good thing to do. It's really, really great to see, actually. Telling people why you're making it is a good thing. People, the more information on the image or the animation or whatever it is you're showing that you give anyone looking at it, the better. As long as you don't go overboard. Don't create pages of stuff. But this small point form is excellent. So I really like that. That's a great thing to be doing for your work. That's really good. He's got his limitations here. Okay. That's good to see. I really like this though. What you want out of the project is excellent. Doing a little blurb like that is really good. Really good. So this is the floor plan you've got going on. You're going to be making a game out of this, are you? I see you got a robot room, it looks like. Location of alien. Well, no, then that's a good point as well. You don't want to be working on a project you hate, even just because you think it's going to be good for your portfolio, because you're not going to make it. It's going to be a chore. You're not going to want to work on it, and eventually, in the end, you're not going to do your best work anyway because you hate what you're doing. So if you're going to be doing 3D, don't do stuff you think is good for your portfolio. Don't just do stuff you think is good for your portfolio. Try and do stuff that will benefit your portfolio, but it's also stuff that you find interesting because you're going to create your best work that way. You know, there are going to be times when you go into the workforce, you're going to be made to work on stuff you hate anyway, because that's just the way it is. You can't always get to pick what you're going to be working on. So it's a good skill to learn, but in the initial stages when you're making your portfolio, try and work on stuff that you find interesting because you're going to create your better work that way. So this is the block out I'm assuming you've got done. No, it is nice work, and doing a block out like this is used a lot in games development as well. They'll do that to get the feel of the flow of a map for the player before they actually start bringing in assets. So generally the level designer will block out a level. they'll play test the level to make sure that, like I said, it flows properly. There are no areas players will get stuck on, all that sort of thing. It's fun. And once the designer is happy with the layout, then they'll hand it off to an art department who will then go through and pretty it up, swapping out the blocks for assets. That is one way. Not all studios work that way, by the way, either. And I'm glad to hear it's really fun. It's always important. I'm curious, what is this video here? This is not yours. I don't want to play anything. It's not yours. Oh, so you were inspired by this to create your environment. Okay. That's a really cool looking environment, actually. It's a bit green, but that's the style they're going for, I'm assuming, in the anime. Or as I call it, manga, as it used to be called. Oh, the video is the environment you're creating, you're recreating. Okay. Let's have a look. As long as it's your work, I don't want to be copyright infringing anybody else's work. Okay. But this is the environment you're going to be recreating, yeah. This is from something else, though. You've been inspired by a small movie to recreate it as some small interior, okay. And what are you saying? There's an image of folder link there. What am I not? Okay, you're talking about this link here. Here are the screenshots you're using for reference. Okay. I have no problem playing the video. I just don't want to play video of a movie that's not yours. I'm getting confused, the Hangover guy. This image I'm looking at here, these images, is this your work or is this a small movie somebody else did? I'd like to get that clear to begin with first. So these images here, is this your work? Did you make this? Or is this from a movie somebody else made that you're inspired by? Because the environments here are really interesting, really interesting. Japanese always do really interesting stuff, or Koreans, I'm not sure which anime this would be. No, you didn't draw any of these. Okay, cool. Which is fine. I just wanted to be clear. You're using these as inspiration for your environment. Yep. Which is great, because these environments are really interesting. And it's a good way to work. You just love the story behind it, as she is using an alien life form to bring teddies to life. Oh, that is so cute. I must actually watch this short film, because it sounds really interesting. I love anime, manga anime. I always have. I still watch it. And it does look very interesting. So I must watch the short film, but using these as inspiration for your environment, they're going to look amazing. Because it's really interesting looking environment work. Very dirty, so you're going to have to do quite a bit of work with your textures here to get it to look good, but it will look amazing, particularly in Unreal. And that story is very cute. An alien to bring teddies to life. So and at the moment the Hangover guy has just blocked the level out for Unreal. And he'll go back then and start prettying it up. And the Hangover guy says he's going to be creating the materials in Substance Designer. Yeah, it is. I use Substance Painter. I don't generally play with Designer. So my texturing programs, usually it's Mari. I like Mari. I used Mari when I did film work and I love the program. But Painter is great, and Substance Designer is amazing as well. It's a bit more difficult to use though. And again, for anyone not familiar with algorithmic software, Substance Designer is what you create your is what you use to create your substances, which are these things down the bottom here, that you can then bring into Substance Painter and use on your models to do your texturing. So yeah, you can create your own unique substances that you can then use to paint on in Substance Painter. Again, these are not ones I've made, these are ones that Algorithmic have on their website. So all of these don't come standard with the program. You can purchase some from Algorithmic or download them for free. And it's a great program. Like I said, it's used a lot in games now because it does things well and quickly. But because I'm more of an arty sort of 3D guy, I generally like to use Mari because I can get the look exactly the way I want it by painting by hand instead of using more procedural based material like Substance Painter. Which are basically tileable materials that use PBR shading. Yep, that's right, next gen materials, yep. Which is why I used it in our Unreal level that we're working on, because it integrates with Unreal so well. We'll come back to your thing here in a minute. I just want to jump back here and jump outside so we can look at where I've used it. The garden path and everything here, where am I? Am I at the back of the... Oh, there we go. Okay. The garden, all of this stuff here, the water on the ground, the dirt, the paving, that's all using Substance Painter, or substances anyway. Because you can get some really nice looking materials out of Substance Painter. So yeah, no, you can create some really interesting, unique looking stuff. I'm talking about the building, the facade. The Hangover guy says the facade looks lovely. Thank you. I think once we get our environment, well, our environment's pretty much done. Now we're concentrating on the inside of the building. So a cinematic camera again will come through. I'm lost again. OBS is going to freak out on me. Yeah, we're going to come along our path here. Again, I'll use volumetric fog, which I have turned off at the moment, which is a new addition to Unreal Engine 4.16 to add a bit more visual realism to our scene, but our camera will come along our path until we get to our actual garden building here. And we'll fly along the other side of our building and then in through one of the doors. But might give you just a better look at the building without the tree being in the way. So that's our plan. We'll have our camera run through down our garden path, around our building and enter in. It'll fly through our building and then it will fly back out again. That'll be our complete cinematic. We may do some camera cuts in between there as well. We'll use Matinee, I think they're calling it still in Unreal. It used to be called Matinee, I think they still do. I haven't really looked at the camera side of Unreal 4 yet. The last time I used Unreal was UDK back in 2011. So we can go through all of that on stream together and you can watch me being a complete noob and getting up to speed with the new version of the engine again with Matinee. But let's just jump back quickly to the Hangover guy's work here. I just want to see what's going on here. Yeah, no, the references you're using from that short film are going to be amazing, particularly if you're going to be using Substance Designer or Painter to actually do the texturing. You'll get some really nice looking stuff. I'm assuming you have a character here for reference for scale. It's some nice work, some nice block art work here. I like the interesting use of, I don't know what, the interesting use of coloured lighting you've got going on. I'm assuming you're doing either that to differentiate the different parts of the level. Hallway, kitchen, storage, plumbing. Okay. Nice. Oh, the green light is where the alien's basically going to be. Okay, cool. Yep. Which is just here. The closet, or whatever. I think you call it. Alien room? What did you call it? Location of alien. Okay, yep.